Hello, everyone. In today's book summary, we are going to take a look at a book titled Quit Like a Millionaire. If anyone's interested in knowing more about personal finance, and also if you want to understand the FIRE movement, also known as Financial Independence Retire Early, then I highly recommend this book. Let's go ahead and get started. The author initially talks about her humble beginnings, where they grew up in China and how her family survived just on 44 cents per day. That kind of built her scarcity mindset and also helps her value things as she grows up. Eventually, they moved to Canada because her dad had an opportunity for higher education. She does her schooling and eventually picks up computer science as her college major. She talks about why she did that. Don't follow your passion yet. It's a wise advice where she has three options. Writing was her passion, and she also had accounting and computer science as an alternatives. Looking at the pay potential, she goes with computer science, and she also has a formula: pay over tuition. If you're going to pay 40K per year, around 200,000 for your college education, then you want to be able to at least earn enough to compensate for that. So her advice is follow the money or follow a career that's going to give you good income after you graduate, and then follow your passion once you're financially stable. Along the way, she gets a job and she explores how rich people or wealthy people build their wealth. She stumbles upon investing, and she learns about how to invest in stock market, picking low cost index funds, and we'll have videos on that later. But she picks up low cost index funds and also has a portfolio where her portfolio survives crash. It has an income protection as well. She goes through that as well. Eventually, she wants to retire and wants to get out of the rat race. That's when she discovers financial independence movement, or also known as FIRE, where if you have heard about it, you at the minimum need 25 times your expenses. Let's say your expenses per year is $40,000, and you need to have at least 25 times 40,000, which is roughly around $1 million. If it's 80,000 per year, you need at least $2 million in your assets that's going to grow on an average maybe around 7 to 8%. And you can start withdrawing something called safe withdrawal rate, which is 4% per year, and you could survive on that for the rest of your life. And there are formulas that will run through that, and I will have it in the description for you to run through and see how long that money would last, right? And there are different varieties of fire. We'll have a separate video to go into detail. The key aspect here as well, it doesn't matter how much is your income. Let's say you're earning 100K per year, but you're not saving anything and you're spending pretty much everything, then you're going to be working all your life. So the key aspect here is your savings rate. The higher your savings rate, quickly you can achieve your target. In their case, once they realized 1 million was their target, it took them only 6 years to reach that. But they had a very high savings rate. They was pretty much saving more than 50% on an average. Certain years their savings rate was above 70 as well, and investing that into appreciable assets. In our case, most of them were in stock market or bonds. Obviously there are other options like real estate, but they pretty much focused on the stock market for majority of the investments. And once they hit their $1 million mark, they chose to retire and travel. And in the book, when she finished it, they were traveling for 3 years. Obviously writing was her passion. She was eventually able to pick that up and write this book. And going back to the original advice, don't follow your passion yet. So follow follow a career that's going to give you highest income potential, and save and invest wisely, and you could potentially retire early and do whatever you want, right? Retiring early doesn't mean that you stop working. You can choose what you want to do. In her case, writing and travel was something they chose to do, and her their portfolio is still growing even though they've been withdrawing 40,000 per year. And she talks about early savings rate, and all the numbers are there in the book. To summarize, right, I highly recommend this for anyone who is interested in knowing about personal finance and how to invest and how they build their portfolio and eventually retired around 30 plus age, right? They are very young compared to the American life cycle or life expectancy. So now they are traveling and they pretty much are able to live in 40,000 or even less than 40,000, going across different countries. And they talk about location arbitrage, basically staying at a low cost city or town or country where you don't have to spend thousands of dollars just to keep your expenses low, right? So take a look, and there are links in the description if you want to buy the book. But if you have a library, go ahead and rent it out, and let me know if you have any questions or feedback. And the email is listed there as well. And hopefully this has been helpful. Thank you.